It's game 2 from Phoenix. Welcome to Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. Tonight it is game 2 of this 3-game series between the Padres and the Arizona Diamondbacks. We welcome you into the broadcast booth with Mark Neely and Mark Grant. Kevin Correa, obviously the big story last night, but now as this road trip rolls on, 6-2 record so far through the 8 games of this 10-game span.
You figure if the Padres win one more game, they go home 7-3. The one thing that I've noticed lately about this Padre team when they're traveling on the road, it's tough to win on the road. They've been feeling very comfortable putting up good numbers, and that's a good sign to finish out the season.
So great pitching from Correa last night, but also they've been getting the offense on this trip.
I like the way these guys are going up to the plate and battling. They're taking their walks. In the last 8 games on this road trip, runners in scoring position, that's nice, 286. But look at what the bases loaded. These guys are realizing that the pressure is definitely on the pitcher. 47 at-bats, 13 hits, 17 RBIs with 2 outs with runners in scoring position. And that's one thing that's really, really nice about this offense. The younger guys feeling comfortable at the big league level and coming through with some 2-out knocks, which is very, very huge.
Yeah, there was a time earlier in the season when their numbers with the bases loaded just not very good. Taking on Dan Herron tonight, and when he put up his numbers compared to some of the Arizona greats, he's having a pretty good year. And big unit, obviously, there in history for Arizona top.
Well, the track record for Dan Herron, as you look at 09 with a 2.90 ERA, is a darn good one. The guy's going to give you innings. He's going to strike out guys. But the label of Dan Herron is that later in the season, the second half of the season, his ERA is above 4. So right now, with the Padres are swinging the bat, we just saw about the Padres offense, and Dan Herron, who's a good pitcher, even in a pitcher's ballpark, this will be a good test for the offense tonight. Hopefully they can win tonight and clinch another series.
And Herron did get knocked around a little bit in his last start by the Rockies. Let's take a look at the Union Tribune pitching matchup for tonight. Wade LeBlanc received a no decision against Arizona 2 starts ago, allowing 1 run with a 2.66 ERA. And that's tonight's pitching matchup presented by the San Diego Union Tribune. More than 1 million readers weekly, here to stay. It is game 2 of a 3-game series between the D-backs and Padres, and the first pitch on a Saturday night in Phoenix is coming up. So their home schedule dwindling down. Game 2 of this 3-game series here at Chase Field tonight for the Padres, the D-backs, with the Padres winning last night 4-0. A little change in the batting order last night with Tony Gwynn leading off instead of Cabrera. And think back to the beginning of the season. The leadoff hitters were really Jody Garrett, Scott Hairston, Eck led off some, Brian Giles, but really it's been Cabrera and Gwynn for the second half of the season.
And when you look at the numbers, they almost mirror one another, huh? The at-bats and the on-base percentage. You'd like to have an on-base percentage above 330. You know, if you're above 350 or 360 around that area, you're doing pretty darn good. But the walks are pretty much the same. It's all about handling the bat. And I think with these guys, Cabrera and Gwynn, if they can concentrate on keeping the ball on the ground, if these guys hit the ball in the air, they don't have much power to hit the ball out of the ballpark, right? So they have to utilize that speed, spray the ball where it's pitched. I mean, we've seen that from both of these guys. Once in a while, Tony will bat leadoff, Everett will bat eighth, and then they flip-flop. Not bad bookends, but Everett Cabrera playing low A ball last year. Hey, I think he's done a fine job this year at the big league level.
Our comparison brought to you by Marvin K. Brown, San Diego's newest Mitsubishi dealer. Tony's going to have the leadoff responsibilities tonight with Cabrera batting in the 8th spot. And Wade LeBlanc makes his 8th start, looking for win number 3 on the season. Padres and Diamondbacks from Phoenix, Arizona. Dan Herron on the other side tonight. Tough chore for the Padre bats. And the first pitch from Phoenix. It is next. Inside the Padre dugout, San Diego 72 and 83, winners of 3 in a row. They have won 20 of their last 29 games, and the Diamondbacks wearing their dark tops tonight, taking the field. Let's take a peek at Bud Black's lineup card for tonight. The Padre lineup brought to you by the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California. We mentioned Tony's leading off tonight with that playing second base. Then Adrian, Chase Headley hitting cleanup, Venable in right, Salazar in left. Nick Hundley's been on a nice tear and also has good career numbers against Dan Herron. Cabrera batting 8th, and pitcher Wade LeBlanc hits 9th.
Two-time All-Star right-hander Dan Herron on the mound for Arizona. Fastball, cutter, curveball, and a split. We talked about him in the pregame show. Great numbers for the right-hander this season. Fewer hits than innings pitched. He's a workhorse, and plus the strikeouts. He's fun to watch. He's around the plate. You're going to get something to hit. Although traditionally later in the season after the All-Star break, his ERA is career 4.12. Not really that bad. His career ERA going into this year 3.7.
Back-to-back years as an NL All-Star and 3 in a row when you throw in his American League All-Star nod. when he was the AL All-Star starter a couple years ago. D-backs defense behind it, brought to you by SD Storage, where $1 moves you in. Go to sdstorage.com to find a store near you today. Montero on the bench tonight, and John Hester making just his 5th career start behind the plate for Arizona.
And the running game might come into play with Hester behind the plate, throwing out only 17% of the short time that he's been back there behind home plate.
A.J. Hinch's D-backs 66 and 88. Losers of 5 of their last 6. Tony steps in, and we are ready to go. They're going to keep the roof and panels closed tonight since we have an earlier start. First one to Tony is a high strike. We are underway. On time at 5:10 Pacific time. 103 degrees outside. And 76 degrees air conditioned inside. So the roof closed tonight here at Chase Field. Tony goes up after it, sends a high fly, shallow center, the shortstop out, and Drew makes the catch. And that's the way this one begins. Diamondbacks wearing their Saturday black tops on the Saturday home games.
Kind of like the black tops with the black hats. Alternative jersey on the weekends.
Eckstein takes down low, ball 1. Base hit and an RBI in last night's game. Also scored a run. Strike call. As plate umpire Jim Reynolds. Aaron's 1-1 to third, and in was Reynolds. Reaches, fields, and throws out Eckstein. Reynolds in several steps, running against a possible bunt.
Cutting down on the range, and a sharp hit baseball to his right. He has to reach across to take away a possible hit. Plenty of time to regroup. One thing about Herron, when he's on, the strikeouts, of course, are a big key. He'll keep his infielders busy, and he works quickly.
2 outs, nobody on for first baseman Adrian Gonzalez. One outside. They have the infield shift on. 3 defenders on the right side. Third baseman Reynolds basically playing a shortstop position. Here's a look.
And you can see the opposite way that the outfield is playing. They're playing Adrian to go the opposite way. Young on the shortstop side of second base. And Burns just shading over towards the line a little bit.
2-0 pitch. Ball 3. Adrian sitting at 39 homers. He picked up his 95th RBI of the season last night. A 4-pitch walk. Well, Herron pitching carefully there to Adrian. This is a guy, Herron, who 208 strikeouts and only 34 walks on the season coming in. An outstanding strikeout to walk ratio.
You know what, the body language will tell you a lot. You know, was he trying to pitch around him there? I don't think so, because after that last pitch thrown, Dan Herron kind of had that look of disgust on his face, like, come on, what am I doing? 2 quick outs. Sure, Adrian Gonzalez is a threat, but I've got to make better pitches than that. Ball 5.
Which is ball 1 to Chase Headley. Chase had a 2-hit game last night. Scored a run, stole a base. Low strike. He's giving a quick glance back to the plate umpire after that one.
It's a pretty good pitch.
You like that low strike?
Yeah, especially in the breaking ball.
Ran in on Chase, and he's behind a ball and 2 strikes.
Good call, Neely. That's that cutter that Dan Herron throws in on the hands. to the left-handed hitters.
Split down low. 2-2. Strikeout ahead of the first for Herron. 209th of the season. Adrian stranded in Arizona coming up. Lineup for A.J. Hinch in the D-backs. Chris Young leading off at center. Then Stephen Drew comes in with a 7-game streak. Upton, Reynolds batting cleanup. Roberts, Hester doing the catching. Burns in left. Allen at first, and Herron the pitcher.
Left-hander Wade LeBlanc on the hill tonight. Well, after last night's gem from Kevin Correa, he pitched a dandy. And this Arizona Diamondback team, they are struggling right now. Wade LeBlanc may continue the streak. He may catch these Diamondbacks at a good time. And sometimes timing is everything. When Wade LeBlanc is on, he's locating the fastball because he doesn't throw that hard, and then making him chase the off-speed stuff late.
In the air to left center field, racing in, and drops in front of Salazar. Skips behind him. Gwynn backing up, and he'll fire it in. And hold Young to a single. Well, he didn't exactly square that one up, but it dropped in for a leadoff base hit.
I think maybe, just maybe, the outfielders may have been fooled by the swing of Young, as it's a full swing, but off the end of the bat. Almost a changeup off the bat, if you want to call it that. Holding him to a single.
Salazar looking at 7th straight start in left field tonight. D-back shortstop Stephen Drew. Bunts in the air, foul at the third base line. Dozen homers, 59 runs batted in. And Drew 1 for 4 last night. And you could argue he really had the best swings off Correa last night.
He did. He hit either 1 or 2 balls kind of hard, right?
Down the right field line. Yeah. Close to the pole. Double foul.
I mean, in cricket, he would have been the player of the game, but you know, this is not cricket. There's foul in fair territory.
You've been to a few cricket matches recently?
No, but I've watched on TV.
You're fascinated, aren't you?
Oh, the Sri Lankans got a heck of a team.
Swing and a miss. think the Indians will take him this year.
You think so?
Yeah.
They're usually pretty good too. South Africa's got a heck of a ball club.
And you can't discount Great Britain. Neither of us has any idea what we're talking about. No balls, 2 strikes to Stephen Drew. It's a lead by Young. And draws a throw.
If I'm a left-handed pitcher like Wade LeBlanc, I'm getting in the air. I'm working on the side with Clayton Richard to see
how you do this.
To see how can I perfect my left-handed move to first base. You talk about a great weapon to have if you're a lefty. And I've always been a firm believer. If you're a left-handed pitcher, there's no excuse why you should have a bad move.
Give yourself every advantage to shut down a running game.
And I'm not sure if guys really work on that. I'm sure they do, but there's just been a lot of time working on that.
Play left side, still 0-2. We got man on in the Arizona first, just underway from Phoenix. Hesitation. Comes home. Breaking ball belted into right center field. That's going to find the alley. Young with his speed. Looks like he will score. Around third. Eck will hang on to it. It's a triple for Drew, and it's 1-0 Arizona. Triple for Stephen Drew, leads the National League.
Well, Mark Neal, you mentioned it last night for Drew. He's single, but he hit a few balls hard last night. Nothing to show for it. Well, he's coming back today with a vengeance. A hanging breaking ball right down the dish, knee high. He stays back, keeps his hands back nicely, and splits the gap.
Well, the Diamondbacks get their first run of the series after being shut out last night. Right fielder Justin Upton, still nobody out. Strike call.
This is where, as a hitter, Upton, sure, the RBI is great. Especially just a little grounder to up the middle.
There it goes. Right up the middle and in the center, and Upton, his 83rd RBI, makes it 2-0.
And I'll be quite honest with you, that's not what I had in mind. What I had in mind was, as a hitter, you see the infielders, second base, shortstop, they're playing back, they're conceding the run. So just you get a pitch in the zone, you just play a little pepper with the shortstop or second baseman, and there's your run. Upton chose to go over the head of Wade LeBlanc. Hundley wants it down and inside. He misses once again with location. Wade LeBlanc cannot afford to miss location when he only throws 83 miles an hour.
3 straight hits to begin the Arizona first, and cleanup hitter Mark Reynolds at the plate. Tonight is Mark Reynolds' bobblehead doll night here at Chase Field.
You know you've made it big when you've got your own bobblehead night. You know, winning a Pulitzer Prize, winning an Emmy, an Oscar.
And then having your own bobblehead.
You got a bobblehead? That's big time. There it is. Look at the head on that guy. That's awesome. Is the ball like behind him after that swing? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's a joke. Hey, I'll be the first to admit, I'm a big fan of this guy, and I've said that before in the air.
Many times.
I'm a big fan of this guy. He could play in my lineup any day of the week with those offensive numbers and the way he's improved playing third base. Sure, he's going to strike out a lot, but he's going to drive in a lot of runs as well.
High drive, center field. Quinn comes back off the track to make the catch.
He just missed that one.
flies to deep center for the first out of the inning. It's the Padres defense tonight. Tony, Salazar, and Venable in the outfield. Headley, Cabrera, Eck, and Adrian on the infield, with Hundley catching. And Padre pitchers, 115 putouts this season, which is second most in the National League. On the way for second baseman Ryan Roberts. Pitch out. Up to down running. Now low for ball one. Roberts got the start last night at second base and was 0 for 3. Block rings his 15th pitch here of the first inning. And instead to first. Block only allowed 1 run in 5 innings in his last start at Pittsburgh. He booked just 1 run 2 starts ago against Arizona. Upton on the move, and he steals second easily. His 20th stolen base.
Pretty good jump. Does it look like Jimmy went on the first move there? As soon as that leg was lifted, he's off and running.
Upton in scoring position with 1 out. Already 2 runs here in the first for Arizona. That's fair past third into the left field corner. Upton scores the 3rd run of the inning, picked up on the track by Salazar, and Ryan Roberts is an RBI double. His 25th run batted in, 3-0.
I think this is a breaking ball down and in, some type of cutter maybe, or maybe second look a straight fastball, but not in enough. And when you don't throw hard enough, you can adjust to that pitch inside and just inside the foul line.
A visit from Darren Balsley. I was mentioning LeBlanc. Look at his most recent starts. He's not allowed more than 2 runs in any of his last 4 starts, and he's given up 3 runs already here in the first. Here comes the D-backs catcher, John Hester. Hester in his 13th game of the season. Takes an off-speed strike. With 3 runs allowed here in the first so far, and allowed only 4 earned runs in his previous 24 innings.
It is just so amazing how this game works as pickoff temp gets away. You know, this Diamondback team, offensively 13th in the National League with a .254 average. On base percentage down, slugging down, but hey, you still got to go out there and try to get them out, right? You're not going to be perfect every time out.
Fouled back by Hester. Hester played collegiately at Stanford.
Well, we've got a lookalike from the truck. Director Tom Satursky says Hester straight on from that look right about there. A little Jake Peavy. I can see it. Nice talking to you.
I'm looking at it. I'm not really seeing it.
No,
no,
I can see it. It's a couple, a couple angles. We'll have to wait till next time.
Mr. taking the bench after striking out. As if the silence didn't tell you that I wasn't seeing it. Here's Eric Burns, who is a dead ringer for the guy who led the band in
the good old boys, the Blues Brothers. Yeah.
There you go. That one
That's really obscure, but if you know the movie and watch the movie, you will agree with me.
The 1-0 down low. Six homers for Burns. One of those he hit off way LeBlanc back on September 15th at Petco Park. Two-0. Well, the Rockies 2 nights ago got 3 runs in the first on a Tulowitzki homer. The Padres came back to win that game. D-backs have scored 3 so far here in the first tonight. LeBlanc trying to keep it at 3. Burns goes around. He had the green light, I guess, 3-0. And the appeal to Tim Timmons confirms that. Full count.
In fact, I think that guy's name is Blair Burrows, isn't it? The actor from the Blues Brothers, the good old boys.
Yeah. I wouldn't know the name, but if you say so. Character actor who's in several different movies.
Yeah.
Back in that era. Will count with 2 outs.
I'm guessing something off speed. You think Wade LeBlanc's going to go with the old combio here?
It's kind of been his MO.
Yeah.
His 26th pitch of the inning.
There it is.
Yep. Change up is fouled.
Let's check it out to the hand. Oh yeah, you see the grip, 4-seam rotation on it.
Another 3-2. Got him. No speed again, and Burns did not get a very good hack. D-backs do get 3 on 4 hits after 1. 3-0 Arizona. of America. Venable leading off. And ball one, tails outside. Three nothing Arizona. How to play left side. We had 2 hits last night. Knocked in the game's first run. Full foul. The ball guy apparently didn't feel the clean. Gave it to the young man though. Down in the dirt and blocked by John Hester. Here it's 2-2.
Nice. That's such a good pitch.
That inside corner, and that's the second strikeout for Herron.
Talk about pinpoint control. That's what makes Herron so good. He goes from the first base side of the rubber, so essentially that's just a straight line on the outside corner.
Gets ahead of Salazar with strike one. And Herron right back with another. Bounce left side towards the hole. Drew, the shortstop. The stretch by Brandon Allen. Drew and Reynolds sharing a laugh there. Reynolds couldn't get it, but Drew could, and throws out Salazar.
Well, sometimes the third baseman will screen the shortstop. Great. I think that he might be laughing at Reynolds because he bit the dust there after diving for that baseball. And a nice stretch by Allen.
Ball went down low to catcher Nick Hundley. Nick with good career numbers against Herron. 400 average, 6 for 15. One pitch. Check swing. Well, before the game, Steve and Drew was having some fun bringing out the bow and arrow.
Wow. It's a regular William Tell, huh?
Pretty close to the bullseye. And Hundley into left center field. It is cut off on a bounce by Young. A 2-out single for Nick. Continues to put up good numbers against Dan Herron. First Padres hit of the game.
See if Herron misses with location here. That's a breaking ball. I just wanted it down a little bit more. Good swing by Nick.
It's like an arrow out in the left center field.
Oh, I see where you're going there.
Did you see?
Yeah.
Good visiting with him. Left field, sinking it down for a base hit for Cabrera. Hundley down to second.
That was a Titanic.
Because it was a sinker.
Sinking liner.
Sinking liner, yeah.
Mentioned earlier, Herron works quickly, right? He's around the plate as you take a look at that pitch right down the dish. And I'll bet you a dime to donuts. If you went around to guys playing defense behind Herron, they love playing defense behind him.
Oh, you bet. Who wouldn't like it?
Oh.
So after he got the first two on, 2 outs, the pitcher LeBlanc trying to hold up. And the appeal denied. Down to Rick Reed.
I got to look like Rick Reed, the third base umpire. Looks like Rick, who the parking lot attendant at Petco, where we park. And his wife Louise bakes chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
It looks like Rick, doesn't it? Rick Nelson. A little garden party action.
2 balls, no strikes. So for those of you who actually do know Rick there at Petco Park, you make that connection.
Yeah, what's that lot we picked parking D1? Right across from the will call gates. Good man. Good people person. Padres are lucky to have a guy like that, greeting people as they park their car and going to see a big league ball game.
Block 1 for 9 with the bat this year. He's off the high fastball. 3-1. Back to the mound and speared by Herron. A couple of 2-out hits from Hundley and Cabrera. They are stranded. It's 3-0 Arizona.
For you, the Friar Faithful, on Saturday, October 3rd at 7:05 when we take on the Giants and get a Padres calendar.
Get your free Padres calendar presented by Golden State Graphics Saturday, October 3rd at 7:05. That's 1 week from today. 8-9-1 batters for the D-backs in the second. They lead it 3-0. First baseman Brandon Allen nearing 100 at bats on the season for the big leagues. Takes a strike from LeBlanc. Allen was acquired from the White Sox July 7th, the trade for pitcher Tony Pena.
Hey, speaking of the White Sox, we saw Jake Peavy got another victory for the Pale Hose.
Yeah, threw well for them last night. Beat the Tigers, which helped the Twins because they won last night. Twins are leading the Royals tonight 5-2 in the 6th. Well, the Tigers are trailing the White Sox again 5-3 in the 7th. And American League Central may come right down to the wire. If those scores hold, Twins could be just a game back tonight. Cardinals are up 3-0 on the Rockies in the second. St. Louis trying to clinch the NL Central tonight with a win. Having a miss by Allen, 3-2. Cubs beat the Giants today 6-2. And San Francisco continuing to slide. A little bit inside on the 3-2 pitch, and a leadoff walk to Brandon Allen. Atlanta, by the way, won again today, beating Washington 11-5. So they're still trying to put some heat on Colorado in that wild card. Good hitting pitcher Dan Herron. You would expect him to be bunting here, though. He has 9 sack bunts on the season. He's going to swing away. Showed bunt. And it's a fly ball to center with Gwynn making the catch. Well, when you're 66 and 88,
sure,
why not let the pitcher of Herron's caliber swing away?
Yeah, he's a pretty good athlete.
Yeah. And you're up 3-0 in the second. Top of the Arizona order, and center fielder Chris Young. He singled to begin the first inning and later scored. Here's a strike from LeBlanc. Young actually had some time down at AAA this year. They sent him down for a while, told him back up at the end of August. Hits the outside edge. 1-2.
Yeah, remember that was a big talking point. Remember that was the big discussion, him getting sent down. I mean, Chris Young, he signed a multi-year deal. He signed through 2013, but he was really struggling, getting paid the amount of money, trying to straighten things out.
Cabrera, the flip to Eck to first, not able to get Young, who runs well. That ball just was not hit all that sharply. They do get Allen on the 6-4 force at second, and now Young will run the bases. Young not long after his recall had a 3-homer game. September 6th at Colorado was the 8th 3-homer game in D-backs franchise history. He's at first with 2 down for shortstop Stephen Drew. He tripled to the right center alley his first time, bringing in a run.
It's very like the natural with the sunlight coming through there.
They're right there at first base.
Where's Glenn Close when you need her?
Not wearing her sundress and sitting in the stands.
Yeah.
Shining on Wade too.
You see through his eye there. It's almost like an eye exam.
It's kind of freaking me out a little bit.
Looks like his retina's okay.
1-1 pitch. Fouled off. Block takes a moment behind the mound. Roof closed tonight here at Chase Field. I should say still afternoon because it's not quite 6 o'clock yet.
It's like a cat eye, isn't it?
Yeah, the way it's almost kind of glowing.
You know those marbles? Don't they call them cat eyes? Don't they call them cat eyes? You used to shoot marbles as a kid. Oh, maybe you didn't do that in St. Louis. All you rich kids growing up in the good neighborhoods.
There we go. 1-2. Down and away.
You know, my parents were so poor we couldn't even pay attention.
Oh boy. The only word that comes to mind is tired. That joke.
And you know what? I still can't.
2-2. Slowly, LeBlanc takes his time and throws out Drew. Wade had 2 good eyes on that little roller and throws out Stephen Drew.
What was that?
Their season when we play the Giants on Sunday, October 4th at 1:05 and get your free Padres school set.
All kids 14 and younger receive a free Padres school set presented by Scholarshare College Savings Plan managed by Fidelity Investments. Get your tickets today online at Padres.com. Padre fan for 40 years and has made the trip over.
Very nice.
Sitting above the D-backs dugout where they got their tickets.
They want to see the good guys in their dugout. Right? Get a good look at the Padres.
Tony popped out to short his first time up. Off the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Top of the order in the San Diego third. 3-0 Arizona as they played all 3 of those runs in the first. Three and 1. Here's a look in the Padre dugout. Henry Blanco knocking Luis Rodriguez on the head with his cap. There's a walk to Tony to begin the third. Second walk tonight issued by Herron. Back in the first inning, grounded out to the third baseman Mark Reynolds. Nice ball inside, ball 1. Padres have the leadoff man on for the first time tonight. And pours in a strike. Padres 6-2 so far through the first 8 games of this 10-game road trip. It's even including dropping the first game of the trip to the Pirates, winning the next 3.
Yeah, they really showed something in that series. Coming back and taking 3 in a row after losing that first one.
They lost the first game in Colorado, came back and won the next 2 there. Taking for a strike.
Boy, at times Dan Herron just really makes it look easy out there. He doesn't overthrow. It's all about hitting his spots, and even if he just puts a little wrinkle in it, just trying to keep the ball in a good spot so he doesn't get hurt. Heck's got a big hole on that right side to punch something through.
Going that way, not quite able to get it through. Roberts cutting it off and throws him out. And he was thinking right there with him, partner, and just could not quite hit it sharply enough. Roberts able to move over and make the play. Down to second goes Gwynn, one away. First base open and Adrian Gonzalez up. Adrian a 4-pitch walk in the first. Thompson foul. Three runs, 4 hits for the D-backs. No runs, 2 hits so far for San Diego. Padres got back-to-back hits with 2 outs in the second from Hundley and Cabrera. Adrian sends a high fly to center field. Young back now stops. Tagging is Gwynn. Throw coming towards third will be well offline. Well, Tony at third with 2 outs.
Talked about a little 2-out thunder earlier in the pregame show. The Padres scrapping to get a run or 2 with 2 outs. Happened a couple times last night. Once in the 4th and once in the 7th.
And once in the 5th last night. Henry had a 2-out.
That's right.
RBI base hit in the 5th. Breaky ball, strike 1 to Chase Headley. Chase fanned in the first. Leadoff walk to Tony Gwynn. He is at third with 2 down. Ran that in on him in his first at bat as well. Gets ahead 0-2. Fastball away. Switch hitting Headley. 272 left-handed coming in, 253 right-handed. And it levels at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Cutter in. 4-seamer.
On the inside corner. 3rd strikeout for Dan Herron. He gets Headley for a 2nd time. Wins. Pirates as they scored all their runs in the first, and Upton gets under it. High fly. Shallow left near the line. Medium left. And at last moment, Salazar calls off Everett Cabrera. Upton jumping on the first pitch and flies out. One pitch, one gone here in the third. And it brings a cleanup hitter, Mark Reynolds.
The last fly ball was an adventure, huh? I don't know whether Kachi lost him in the rough or what, but Everett gave it a long run.
It was a very long run for Everett. Reynolds fly to center in the first. Skips rope out of the way, or maybe he didn't. Plate umpire Jim Reynolds that he was hit by that. The Padres are not convinced. Jim Reynolds giving a look back to Wade LeBlanc, and here comes Bud.
Yeah, Nick Hundley kind of looked at Jim Reynolds and said, "Really?" And the left-hander wants an explanation.
Did this hit him? Tough to tell there. And this would be the best look here. Watch that back foot. Still can't tell.
You know what? If we had to make a decision, you and I are the referee, what's your call? I don't think he got hit.
I didn't see it hit him.
And I didn't see the ball change direction as the ball went towards his back foot. The only time I saw the ball change direction was when the ball hit the dirt.
The last look was the best, and it didn't seem to indicate that it hit the back foot. Reynolds on, one out. Ryan Roberts, who doubled in a run his first time up. Keep an eye on Mark Reynolds. It's not just his power that he is known for. He has 24 stolen bases. Mixing around there, not going. Just up and away. The ball and a strike. Picked up by Hundley, and it's 2 balls and a strike. See if they want to start Reynolds here. Doesn't have to look like he is running. Hands on his knees. Here's the pitch. Out of play right side.
I think the best chance, if you're going to wait till the last second to see if LeBlanc goes to home plate and then take it off, I don't know if your chances are going to be that great. That's why you see a lot of guys, they'll key on that front foot, and as soon as the first movement, you're gone. If you get picked, you get picked.
Roberts' first inning double gave him his 25th run batted in.
I'm sure there are times when, make sure he goes to play before you go. And then there are times, hey, first move, if you get caught, you get caught.
Now watching Reynolds, really his first move is back. Full count with 1 out. Let's see if Reynolds is on the move here. He is not. And foul back.
Got to be careful if you send him to strike him out, throw him out. You never know, he can put it on here again.
Not running. And put in play out into shallow left center field. Cabrera ranging out, backpedaling. 2 away. Watch Roberts bat.
Hey,
flipping that thing up there.
You hurt somebody that way, huh? Luckily, Nick Hungley has a helmet on underneath that mask. Tell you what, you hurt our catcher, you're going to have to get through me. I'm going to protect our catcher. You don't mess with our guy.
Not hot rod?
Nope.
One hopper to third, and Headley goes to second for the force out to end the inning. We have finished 3 here at Chase Field in Phoenix. Arizona 3, San Diego nothing. For tonight, name the first pitcher to toss a complete game shutout against the Arizona Diamondbacks. 1998, their first season, the expansion year. We'll have the answer for you soon as we go to the Padres 4th, and Will Venable leading off 3-0 Arizona. William Coldado on strikes in his first at bat. Venable, Salazar, and Hundley for San Diego. Softly to the shortstop, Stephen Drew. By a step and a half and 1 away. Dan Herron right now at 50 pitches on the nose. Through 3 1/3 innings. At the knees for strike 1 to Oscar Salazar. Win tonight for Arizona would give them the season series against the Padres. San Diego needing to sweep this series to even it up. Arizona has won 9. Padres 7 wins on the season. They pop up down the line and just into foul territory, pumped by Brandon Allen. Well, Hundley came up with 2 outs and the bases empty in the second and connected on a base hit. He can give now 7 for 16 in his career against Herron, but this spinning back and will twist a couple rows back. D-backs got 3 in the first. An RBI double from Drew. Actually, RBI triple from Drew. RBI single from Upton, and the RBI double came from Roberts. Padres have 2 hits. The back-to-back hits by Hundley and Cabrera with 2 outs in the second. Herron has walked a couple. Walking Adrian with 2 outs in the first. And he walked Tony Gwynn leading off the third. Tony was stranded at third in that inning. It's as close as the Padres have gotten to plating a run off of Herron tonight.
You know, the only times that I've seen Herron throw a straight fastball is with 2 strikes and they try to do it inside or to a lefty or inside to a righty, and oh wow, now he sports it outside to the righty.
Herron sets the side down in order for the first time tonight. We're at the midpoint of the 4th. Game shutout against the Diamondbacks, and actually was a Padre. Andy Ashby, April 13th, 1998.
Pretty easy.
Blank the D-backs. Bottom 3 for Arizona in the 4th, and Eric Burns leading off.
What year was that, Mark Neely?
1998.
You know what?
Their expansion season.
And what was the date?
April
13th. Because I remember a gem that Andy Ashby threw, I believe it was 19. He threw like a 78 pitch complete game. It was something ridiculous.
Very Maddox-like.
In fact, you know what? It was 80 something because it was August and the number of pitches matched the date. 8, like 4, 8, 5, 8, 6, whatever, 8, 7. Heck of a game he threw that night.
So it wasn't that one.
It was not that one, yeah. Would have been 40 something, and that would have been one heck of a game, wouldn't it? Oh, that's a shin burger or an ankle sandwich on that one. Wow. Oh, off the inside of the left leg. Oh, that's gotta hurt. That's a shin burger with cheese.
Burns at his first at bat got a hit, 3 balls, no strikes, and wound up striking out. Two from LeBlanc. Straight away center field, and Tony. One gone.
In fact, thanks to bad news, Ed Barnes in the truck, they're giving me some good news. That Andy Ashby game, July 5th, 1998, 75 pitches, 9 innings, 2 runs. So on 7/5/98, Andy Ashby threw 75 pitches. That's incredible. Bad news.
59th pitch of the night here from LeBlanc. Brandon Allen walked, leading off the second. Down low, and it's 2-0. These teams wrap up the series tomorrow. Earlier start time again. In fact, we're on the air at 1 o'clock. Edward Mujica will go against Billy Buckner in the final road game of the season for the Padres, which is the final home game of the season for Arizona. Full count. Three and 2 on Brandon Allen. Reaching and fouls it off. After tomorrow, Padres have 5 at home, 2 against the Dodgers. We close it out with 3 against the Giants. By the way, Bud Black came out before the game today and said Cesar Ramos is going to start Tuesday at Petco against the Dodgers. That'll be his first major league start. A towering pop up. Eckstein under it. Only 2 outs here in the 4th. So Bud saying that Ramos is going to start Tuesday in lieu of Stauffer. That was Tim's spot in the rotation. Now Ramos will get the call Tuesday.
Good opportunity for Cesar.
Pitcher Dan Herron. Herron came up with a runner at first, nobody out in the second. Showed bunt, swung away, and flied to center. Inside, 1-1. Breaks his bat and drops it into left field for a base hit.
Unbelievable.
his 18th hit of the season. 2-out base knock for the pitcher.
Throws him a changeup as well, and that bat just snaps off at the handle. The baton.
That's what he was left with.
Yep.
And Herron has been conducting
very nice
scoreless innings so
very
far.
Nice.
Young has singled and scored and reached on a fielder's choice. Nothing Arizona. They did all their scoring in the first. Straight back. Only out to visit with Wade LeBlanc.
Well, the pitch count really high for Wade LeBlanc, 72 in 3 2/3 innings. Just not biting on that changeup.
Aaron will take off the 3-2 center field. Tony still going, and it's over his head. Herron to third. He's going to be held up there. And Cabrera firing towards the plate. It went off the glove of Adrian. The crowd not happy that Herron was held up at third with 2 outs.
You know what, though? I think Chip Hale makes the right call. And here's why. You've got a very valuable pitcher there, Dan Herron. The Diamondbacks are 26 games out of first place. You think a run here in the bottom of the 4th inning is really going to make a difference when you already lead 3-0? You want to get your ace pitcher this year hurt, as he was struggling around second base too. There's no way you want to send him there. You agree?
100%. If that's a position player, he sends it.
Sure. Well, because position
speed, number one.
Speed, right?
But all things considered, it's a foul.
Yep.
I mean, they don't know what's going to happen with Brandon Webb. They're going to pick up his option or not. They got to have Dan Herron, and you don't want him to get banged up in game number 155 of the season for them.
Yeah. What if he rounds the bag and pulls a hammy or blows an Achilles?
Or gets involved in a collision at the plate.
Right.
It's a 1-1 to Stephen Drew. Drew has tripled in a run.
You know, another reason is this guy right here, right? Have Stephen Drew try to drive him in.
Two and two. I think he made a good point. Herron coming around second base. He wasn't real steady, was he? I mean, no. he was. You could tell he was fighting it. Frieri's up in the Padres bullpen. Got him looking on the inside corner. So LeBlanc does hit the threat here in the fourth. 2 hits and 2 men left on in scoring position. And the D-backs have stranded 5. After 4, it's 3-0 Arizona.
Brought to you by Murray Lamper Construction. If you need a custom design, second story, room addition, or kitchen, call Murray Lamper Construction. Winner of the 2008 Torch Award for Marketplace Ethics. And if you haven't seen Raising Arizona, it's a good watch.
A Nicolas Cage classic.
Oh. Sun Devil fan. I know Arizona State's playing right now and
leading Georgia.
Playing the Bulldogs of Georgia in Georgia.
By the way, you notice the roof has been opened up, so half this game will be played indoors and the other half will be played outdoors. Panels open as well. 102 outside still, but the sun's setting. Cabrera in the pitcher spot, and Gwynn in the San Diego fifth, and that's ripped to right. Skipping into the corner, and Cabrera off to the races. He's to second and will stop with a double. Roberts had a little trouble with the relay, but an easy 2-base hit for Cabrera to begin the fifth. They should have opened up the roof earlier.
Yeah. Only 3 hits for San Diego this evening. They've all come from 2 from Cabrera, 1 from Nick Hundley in the 7 and 8 spot in the order. Herring gets a pitch up. It's a good way to start off this top of the 5th inning. Ever thinking about 3, but he picked up his third base coach, Glenn Hoffman. He put up the stop sign.
LeBlanc bunts in the air, foul.
Got to get this bunt down. Come on now.
He has 3 sack bunts so far.
Oh, Jeffreth picking up the coach. You got to trust your coach. Stop sign. Nicely done.
His 18th 2-base hit. Pulls it back, swings away, and it's 0-2. With 2 strikes. Looking to bunt, it takes outside. Runner infielders in on the grass. Scores again. And strikes out. Picked up in foul territory by Hester.
That stinks. Got to get that bunt down, huh?
And that's the first out.
You're down 3-0. You need to move that guy over.
Now it changes the approach for Tony. You know, runner at third. Fly ball scores him. Now we'll need a base hit to chase in Cabrera from second. Tony walked his last plate appearance and has also popped to short. Ground ball to the right side. We would have gotten the run home from third as well. First pitch strike from Dan Herron. If we get two. Bounced up there, kicks to the right of Hester, and over to third goes Cabrera on a wild pitch. Well, the Padres are able to advance thanks to a help from the wild pitch.
Oh, he spiked a fastball.
Don't see that very often.
No, you don't. Or was that a split?
I think he was
kind of tough to tell.
I think that may have been a split. Yeah. 2-2 the count. Tony to right field. Upton can't come up with it. It goes to the fence. Cabrera scores. Tony around second, motoring for third to throw in. He's in with a slide. With a collision there with Reynolds, and Tony's holding his wrist. Well, the Padres on the board make it 3-1. It'll bring the tying run to the plate after Gwynn's 6 triple.
Oh, I'm not sure about the route that Upton takes here. It's a pitch down the middle. Tony throws the head. I don't know whether he lost that ball or what. You know, you've got the ring of lights here. It may have played a role in that, but that's a triple for Tony.
Floated towards right, base hit. Gwynn scores just like that. The Padres are within a run. 48th RBI for Eckstein. It is 3-2.
Just putting the ball in play and taking the slider off the end of the bat, and just a little duck snort does some damage. And the Padres fighting back.
Inside and low to Adrian. Adrian walked on 4 pitches of the first, and in the third fly to center. Taking a look at the right hand of Tony.
Did you catch where he did he like maybe slide into somebody or maybe
into Reynolds? He and Reynolds got tangled up. He came up
right to his chops.
Yeah, I think so.
Reynolds. It's the right hand, correct?
I think it's the right hand. Yeah, watch it come up.
Was wrist on the shoulder? I was concentrating on the right wrist there. Oh, he stepped on it at the end there. That's what it was.
That was it at the end. Three hits in the inning for the Padres. It began with a Cabrera double leading off. Reynolds holds up and takes inside, 3-1. Hutchinson has given him some ice for that hand. High fly center field. Young back. Warning track. Finch leaps off the wall. Eckstein around third. He's going to try to score the tying run and will. Adrian ties it with a double. It's 3-3. Well, there's a ball that's out of many ballparks, but here straightaway center.
You know, I was just going to say the Padres were a home run shy of the cycle in this inning. Single, double, triple, and Adrian going right up the gut. It's 407 straightaway center, but it's at about 30 feet high. That yellow line up there, maybe even more. You know, I think Young had farther to go back. That was a catchable ball. Looked like. He kind of stopped. He kind of drifted back. He didn't get back to the farthest point.
He's only about a foot away from catching it.
Yeah.
So a 3-3 game now. Cleanup hitter Chase Headley coming up. Adrian at second representing the go-ahead run. Aaron has struck out Headley twice. That is foul. Picked up by Hester. So a single, two doubles, and a triple here in this fifth inning so far for San Diego. 3 runs, 6 hits now for each team. This Padres rally has also helped shoot Aaron's pitch count to 78. And no question, the sooner the Padres get into the D-back bullpen, you would think the better to get Aaron out of this game. Down low, 2-1.
Diamondback bullpen ranked 14th in the National League with an ERA over 4.5, 4.62.
Headley to the right side, into right center. Adrian racing for the plate. Upton makes the throw home, up the first base line. And San Diego has come all the way back and taken a 4-3 lead here in the fifth.
Love to hear that chatter on the bench. Five hits in the inning. And Heron missing with location. That one is elevated just out of the reach of Roberts. And how about this rally with 1 out?
Well, the out of the inning, the strikeout of LeBlanc trying to bunt. Upton had a ball earlier in the inning, hit by Gwynn and got over him. Wheeler struck out and grounded to short. And fouled it and came up and hit him in the batter's box.
You have noticed about this Arizona Diamondback outfield some questionable routes, and the arms really aren't all that.
Well, overall, Arizona defensively, no errors tonight, but 122 on the season. That's next to last in fielding in the National League. The only team with worst fielding percentage in the NL is Washington. Taking it all under consideration. That kicks to the left of Hester, and down to second scoots Headley. That's the second wild pitch of the inning. Uncorked by Dan Herron.
Great recognition by Chase also. You can read as a base runner at first base, you can see the trajectory of the pitch. You see the ball get away and you're off and running.
He gets Venable with his second out. Sixth strikeout for Herron. Here's left fielder Oscar Salazar. Into left. Headley, he's got to go around third. The throw by Burns cut off. They've got Salazar in a rundown, chasing it back towards first. He's tagged out. Nope, missed him. Going back towards first, and the catcher still can't get him. It finally does. How about that rundown? Salazar avoided a couple of different tags. Headley does score, but the inning does come to an end. Oscar somehow avoided it, finally tagged by Hester. San Diego scores 5. Red, peeling shrimp, and over 100 scrumptious items, all for only $10. A 5-run top half of the inning. It's now 5-3 San Diego. 3, 4, and 5 hitters come up, and Salazar's base hit capped it off, and he was eventually tagged out in the 5-4-3-2 rundown, but somehow avoided several tag attempts. Up with it, Headley, throw to first, picked out by Adrian. And how about that play to begin the bottom of the inning? Robbing Justin Upton.
Good play on both ends. The backhand taking away extra bases on the short hop, and then throwing it across the diamond to the Gold Glover in the in-between hop, saving an error from Chase Headley and getting a big first out after scoring 5 runs in that 5th inning. Nicely done.
Third baseman Mark Reynolds surveys the strike. fly to center, as well as being hit by that pitch in the third, which the Padres didn't think he was hitting the foot by the pitch. Video replay didn't really pick up the baseball hitting the foot either. But
I think the Padres got hosed on that one.
Think so?
Yeah.
One ball and 2 strikes.
Oh, cuteness sighting.
Whoa.
Hey now.
Hang on, Dad.
I think that was planned.
Up and in. Let's see if that was planned to set up something down and away here.
Oh. See, now the beauty of that is you can go back inside, maybe with a little cutter or a change away. If Conley wants it down, it's a change up away.
Who's going to tire out first?
Yeah.
Down the left field line, foul by 3 or 4 feet.
It looked like a very makeable play down there, and kid's gonna go home with a souvenir, which is nice.
With the veteran ball guys going.
Yep.
That's to right and deep near the line, and it's number 44 for Mark Reynolds, and he makes it 5-4.
That's why he can play on my team any day.
It's a solo blast.
How about the opposite field power? Sure, this is a hitter's ballpark, but Reynolds takes an 85-mile-an-hour fastball away, stays on it nicely, doesn't try to pull it, and off the bat, Reynolds knows it's gone into the Padre pen. 101st RBI for Reynolds, 44 home runs. Sitting close to 265-ish.
383 feet to right. With 44 home runs, second most in a single season in Arizona history. Of course, Luis Gonzalez, the 57 he hit in 2001, the most. Second baseman Ryan Roberts has doubled in a run. Off the outside corner. So the play made by Headley and Adrian to begin the inning.
Huge.
Very important. You're looking at a tie game right now. 2-2. And a full count.
Seems like the third time around in the order, the Diamondbacks just not biting on that changeup.
Got under it in a high fly. Shallow center. Tony trotting in. And with the catch for round number 2. Catcher John Hester is 0 for 2. Hester struck out and hit into an inning-ending fielder's choice. To the shortstop, and Cabrera. Well, the solo shot by Reynolds is 44th of the year. We have finished 5, San Diego 5, Arizona 4. Presented by Sequan Casino. For your chance to win a jersey from a Padres player or coach, purchase a $1 scratch-off ticket at your next Padres game from a guest service representative, the guest service centers, or at the Padres ticket office lobby on non-game days. All proceeds benefit the Padres Foundation. 6th inning baseball from here in Phoenix, and first pitch swinging, Hundley into right, and down in front of Upton, a base hit. Nick is 2 for 3 tonight. That makes Nick now 8 for 18 in his career against Dan Herron. Nice numbers.
You bet.
Cabrera up. Squares the bunt. It takes low. You got the pitcher spot due up next, but Luis Rodriguez has already come into the on-deck circle. Activity in the Padres bullpen. Here's Luis going to bat for LeBlanc. 1-1. And Webb up in the Padres bullpen. Runner takes off. What a great jump by Hundley.
You betcha.
He stole that one off Herron.
Timing's everything, huh? Everybody's kind of concentrating on the hitter, wanting, maybe to put the sacrifice down, and all the focus is there. Even Herron's like, okay, he's the catcher. He's not going to do a great jump. He's not going to steal on me. I got to concentrate on throwing a strike, getting it out right here. Nicely done.
Fourth stolen base for Nick, his second on this road trip. And Everett bunts it foul. The glove of Hester, and it's a strikeout. The 7th for Herron. Luis Rodriguez bats for Wade LeBlanc. It's in for a strike. 5 innings for the block, 4 runs. 3 of those came in the first. 7 hits with a walk and 3 strikeouts. He hit a batter. He's 5 for 21 as a pinch hitter on the season.
Hit it.
Line through 95 pitches, and the next one here from Herron will be his 95th. Foul to Tony in the on deck circle.
Pretty good count tonight, huh? 39,332 on Mark Reynolds bobblehead night.
Bobblehead nights always seem to be a big draw. Still have been for years.
Yeah.
Two. Just missing the inside part. 3-2. A full count on the pinch hitter, Luis Rodriguez. Only at second with 1 out. 5-4 Padres in the 6th. To the right side and foul. And he walked him. And Luis Rodriguez works a walk, and it's 2 on 1 out. Third walk allowed by Herron. Pitching coach Mel Stottlemyre. This is hurler Herron nearing 100 pitches now.
You know, looking at the line of Dan Herron, remember early on we said he's around the plate, he doesn't walk very many batters. Well, only 1 other time, 2 other times this year he's walked 3 batters. One time back in April against the Dodgers, another time against the Phillies back in July. So this is only the 3rd time he has walked 3 batters.
And has never walked more than 3 in a start. And he is behind Gwynn. 2 balls, no strikes. Tony tripled over the head of the right fielder Justin Upton in his last at bat. On the inside edge, 2-1. Tony also the recipient of one of those walks. That was in the 3rd. Now leaving it up. Two on, 1 out. A 2-2 to Gwynn.
Aaron's usually good for about 105, 110 pitches as well. Looking at his pitch count, he's thrown as many as 119 pitches. That was 3 starts ago.
Lefty Daniel Schlereth up. Tony protecting it, fouls it away. Asking the plate umpire Jim Reynolds about location there. That one may have been out of the zone.
And you know, we talked about the Arizona bullpen. AJ Hinch might think, you know what, this will be the 90th pitch. I'm sorry, the 104th pitch for Dan Herron. Hopefully he can get out of this inning rather than go to the bullpen.
Popped up. Infield fly in effect. And the third baseman Reynolds with the catch. 2 outs. Yeah, the pitcher's spot is due up third in the bottom of the inning for Arizona. Two on, 2 outs for David Eckstein. Flared a base hit into right. An inning ago. Backing in a run. Hits it down the line and left and hooking foul. Balls and 2 strikes on Eck, who finished last season as a Diamondback. Played in 18 games for Arizona at the end of the 08 season.
Whoa, hey. Look at the security guard. He's like, you're on your own.
This guy wasn't going to help me. Protecting there and fouling it back. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Padres. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Arizona. The D-backs 3 in the first. Padres 5 in the 5th. D-backs 1 in the bottom of the 5th on a Mark Reynolds home run. Another 0-2 from Herron. 2 men left on. Now San Diego. Pitcher spot. 2 up third in the bottom of the inning for Arizona. season by giving you the opportunity to win great prizes during Friar Faithful Appreciation Weekend presented by Gaslamp Quarter Association. Be sure to be at Petco Park for the final 3 games of the season, October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, for your chance to win great prizes. New pitcher for the Padres as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is Ryan Webb.
Well, the Diamondback hitter is going to have to turn up a notch. Ryan Webb get up there in the mid upper 90s. Last time out for Ryan was a couple of days ago in Colorado. He tossed 1/3 of an inning, gave a couple hits and a run. It was only 7 pitches, so he is well rested.
Bottom 3 up. In the D-backs 6th, Eric Burns leading off, the left fielder.
By the way, the guy's name I gave last time when Burns was up, it looks like the guy from Blues Brothers.
The good old boys leader.
Wrong name. It was Charles Napier.
Ripped to the alley in left center field. One hopper to the fence. And Burns will wind up at second base. The tying run in scoring position with nobody out.
Well, Eric Burns is the good old boy here in this inning. Leadoff double, a fastball right down the middle. He wants it down and away, and it's right down the dish. You're the good old boys. Well, who are they?
That trots Aaron Balsley. And Allen coming up, pitcher's spot after that, and Roberto Parra's coming to the on-deck circle. And lefty Thatcher now getting loose for the Padres.
Well, got some work to do here. See how Ryan Webb reacts in a tight ball game. You got a 1-run lead, pressure situation. See if you can get out of this jam after a leadoff double.
Allen has walked and popped to second. 0 for 1. Left center field. Salazar makes the running catch.
Nice.
Got just a little bit of a late break, but enough to race to his left, close the gap, and make the catch.
Well, once they announce Parra, I wonder if they're going to bring in Joe Thatcher if he's had enough time to warm up down there in that Padre bullpen. After Parra, then you've got top of the order righty Young and then another lefty Drew.
Parra announced, and here comes Bud Black. Webb faces 2 hitters, 1/3 of an inning, 1 hit, and man on base. That will be his responsibility. Stop by Discount Tire for a free tire inspection and air gauge. If you're not satisfied with one of their tires, please feel free to bring it back. In comes Joe Thatcher. with over 20 branches in San Diego County. We're safe, sound, and standing by you.
Left-hander Joe Thatcher out of the pen. The lefty against lefties this year. They're only hitting 171 off the Prime Minister. He inherits a runner at second base. Parra announced that he will hit.
And they have they've got 2 switch hitters, 1 right-handed bat available on the D-backs bench. Carlin and Ojeda, the switch hitters. Ryle, a right-handed bat. And we stay with Parra batting here for Dan Herron, who goes 6 innings. 1-1. Back into the seats, 0-2. 6 innings for Herron, 5 earned runs, 9 hits. Equal the season high with 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. He threw 110 pitches. That's back-to-back outings for Herron. He's allowed 5 runs, gave up 5 in 8 innings against the Rockies his last time out. Way high. Tying run is at second with 1 out. It evens at 2-2. Parra fouls the breaking ball back. Parra started last night. In left field, he went 1 for 3. Had a base hit his last time up. The strikeout, 2 gone.
Huntley set up away. And even though that ball leaks down the middle of the plate, very tough for Parra to even foul that pitch off. That funky delivery got the left-handed Parra. It's a huge job for Joe Thatcher and the Padres. The left-hander's got the cheaters on.
Right-handed hitting Chris Young. Young has doubled, singled, scored a run, 2 for 3. Fouled back. Thatcher recently discussing the adjustment he made, where he places his foot on the rubber, moving towards the first base side of the rubber now. Going from the middle to that first base side.
Yeah, think about it. When you're coming in to face a left-handed hitter, how does that look as a left-handed hitter? It looks like he's coming right after you, and he can almost get a point to where he can throw that breaking ball at the hitter, and it ends up over the plate or on the outside part of the plate if he just moves it out just a little bit more.
Gets him on the low outside corner. Young out looking. Thatcher comes in and strikes out Parra and Young to end the threat. Leadoff double by Burns. He's stranded, and Thatcher keeps us a 1-run lead for the Padres. Lolita's Mexican Restaurants and their new location, Lolita's at the Park, just across from Petco. By MTS. Save gas, save money. Ride MTS to Petco Park. For more information, log on to www.sdmts.com. And by Rod Baker Chevrolet, your home for the Silverado Superstore. Glad you could join us tonight. Mark Neely with Mark Grant and our Channel 4 crew from here in Phoenix. 5-4 Padres into the 7th. The new hurler for Arizona is the lefty Daniel Schlereth.
Fastball curve and a change from the left-hander Schlereth. He also goes from the first base side of the rubber. Is he wearing red spikes?
Yes.
I think that's not in the uniform code. You know, he does have some black up top, but you know, to me that's red. And to me that's an infraction of the uniform code. It's illegal, and he should be punished. See, everybody else has got black as Gerardo Parra goes out to left field. He's wearing black spikes.
So you have Schlereth batting in the 7th spot that was occupied by Burns. Adrian leading off, and strike one from Schlereth. Adrian with an RBI double, and a walk is 1 for 2. Infield shading him to pull, but not the extreme shift. There's 2 defenders on the right side. Shortstop Drew staying on the third base side of the infield this time. Adrian in the hole, a ball and 2 strikes. Adrian, then Headley and Venable in the Padres 7th. Five 9-0 for San Diego, 4-8-0 for Arizona. D-backs scored 3 in the 1st. Padres 5 in the 5th. D-backs 1 in the bottom of the 5th.
What the Jack Black is going on?
A lot of hair going on there.
It's right out of High Fidelity, isn't it? Jack Black, School of Rock. Got the Jeff Reardon beard going on.
Three, 2 to Adrian. And he walked him.
Hat on. Ball 4 and a dandy.
You know, man reaches for the 3rd consecutive inning for the Padres and the 4th time tonight. So he snuck in a run with a base hit his last time. 1 for 3. Check swing foul back to the screen. Blocked in front of the plate by Hester. Man on in the Padres 7th. A 1-1 to Chase Headley. Another block there by Hester. Three and one.
Wild streak. Got to be patient.
That is back-to-back walks to begin the seventh. Bring out Stottlemyre. Noble coming up. Schlereth gets a visit. Schlereth, who attended the University of Arizona. Of course, his dad, Mark, played in the NFL. Now an NFL analyst for ESPN. Schlereth got ahead of Adrian to begin the inning, but lost him, and now has walked Headley and left the Venable up.
Well, walks have been an issue for Schlereth. 16 and a third going into this ball game, 12 walks. Now mark that as 13 and 14 for Schlereth.
The backs look for a bunt from Will, who's 0 for 3. Ball one low. Venable has one sacrifice bunt on the season. Peeled, and he went, according to Rick Reed. And Boyer up for Arizona, a right-hander.
Nice.
Well, the play for Reynolds is at first, with Roberts covering. And Venable picks up his second sack bunt and advances Gonzalez and Headley.
Nicely done, William. Now it's time for the Padres to add on. Take advantage of those walks.
The righty Salazar up. Singled it a run his last time. D-backs bring the infield in. To the right of Hester, but runners staying put. Schlereth pours in a strike to level it at 1-1. Five for Padres in the seventh. Runners at second and third with one out for Salazar. Foul down the right field side. And away, and 2-2. First inning of work for Schlereth. Herron went the first 6.
Don't you just feel a different aura when Schlereth is out there as opposed to when Herron was out there throwing strikes, being around the plate? It's
slower
totally,
pace.
It's totally different.
2-2. Towards third softly. Runners holding, and out at first is Salazar. Well, that's a big out for Schlereth there with the runners. Avery and Chase having to hold.
Not thinking about it, but no, right at the third baseman. Reynolds, flash look. You can see Drew going over to third base to cover just in case he gets caught in a rundown or tries to go on the throw. Nick Hundley having a good day.
2 for 3 off of Herron. Making the second single to left center. Fan in the 4th, and then single to right in the 6th. Up and away. Fly ball to right, and Upton caught in front of the warning track. And Schlereth got himself into trouble with the 2 walks. He gets himself out. Time to stretch in Phoenix. On Fox and TBS. The excitement begins on October 7th with the Division Series on TBS. Heart of the order for Arizona in the 7th. Stephen Drew, Justin Upton, and Mark Reynolds.
Well, Joe Thatcher's night continues. One more hitter to get out, and that's the left-handed hitting Drew. There's action in the Padre bullpen.
Drew has tripled in a run in the first, grounded out and struck out. Five for Padres. Left field, Salazar. One out. And Thatcher's night come to an end, having retired all 3 batters he faced, striking out 2. And the Prime Minister, another good night. Maybe he needs to go to Pittsburgh for G20.
Calm things down there.
Restore order there.
Nice going, Maggie.
This pitch exchange brought to you by San Diego Harley-Davidson, where we are always country first. Go to school in San Diego County. Open an account today.
Right-hander Luke Gregerson comes out of the bullpen. And Mark Neely, I want to ask you a question. Back on like March 29th this spring. What did the Padre bullpen look like?
Oh, nothing like it looks right now. In fact, Heath Bell is the only real holdover. If I can look at go back to that time.
And that's my point. It has really come to fruition and done a nice job. Talk about guys like Mike Adams, Luke Gregerson, Joe Thatcher has really turned the corner. Late inning guys doing well.
Upton fouls it back.
Great numbers from Luke Gregerson his first year here with San Diego.
Last time he pitched was in Denver Thursday night. He went an inning and 2/3, no runs, 1 hit, struck out 2, and got his first major league save in a 5-4 win. He comes in at a 5-4 game here, and that one screamed foul right past first base coach Lorenzo Bundy.
And would it be fair to say, with a week to go in spring training, it was probably one of the most uncertain parts of this Padre ball club, and now it's one of the strengths.
No question. And back at that time in March, Kevin Towers said, you know, the answers for our bullpen, quite frankly, lie outside the organization. And through acquisitions like Gregerson coming over as the player to be named later in the Khalil Green trade, those answers are now within the organization. And producing 2-2. Upton up the middle, out of reach of Cabrera. Well, Upton singles. It's going to bring up cleanup hitter Mark Reynolds. It is time for our Subway $5 footlong fan poll. This is a tough question. You can participate. Text Subway to 269-411 now for your chance to win. Padres Rookie of the Year, your 2 choices, Everett or Luke. I'll tell you what, I don't know which way I'd go with that right now.
They've both made an impact, no doubt about it.
And now Luke has to face Reynolds, who's the go-ahead run at the plate, and he homered his last time up. Strike 1. His 44th home run of the season. He hit it 383 feet down the line and right. Check on Upton representing the tying run. Reynolds lines it into right. Upton stopping at second. It's played in by Venable. So Reynolds singles, and now the D-backs have something going. 2 on with 1 out.
This was a hanging slider that was right down the middle of the plate, and you know what? Thank goodness with the numbers of Mark Reynolds that he has with the power numbers. I'll give up a single on that pitch any day rather than reach for a new one and being a 2-run shot.
Tying and go-ahead runs on for the D-backs. Ryan Roberts, the second baseman at the plate. Late swing and a miss.
Ryan Roberts has only grounded into 1 double play this year. It's over 290 at-bats.
Doubled in a run tonight, 1 for 3. To the left of Hundley, the runners hold. Upton is expanding his lead and caught Gregerson's attention, and Luke stepped off.
Wouldn't hurt to do a little spin move. Remember, you don't have to throw the ball to second base on a pickoff attempt. Eckstein kind of just moseying over there.
Right side, Eck. His play is at first. Upton to third. And Reynolds to second. So 2 outs but a base hit could give Arizona back the lead with Hester due up. If they're going to pinch hit with the left-handed hitting Miguel Montero. Very good offensive numbers for Montero.
And you got another pinch hitter with the pitcher spot up on deck, a lefty, Chad Tracy.
So here comes Darren Balsey. I think what's the topic here? Do you want to face Montero or do you want to face Tracy?
Well, numbers, yeah, numbers come into play. They've got all the stats down there in that dugout.
You got first base open here.
Yeah, what Montero does against right-handed hitters. He's having a good year. You got Tracy off the bench on deck, who's a left-handed hitter. When you look at Luke Gregerson's numbers, lefty's hitting .295 off the right-hander. How about you? One of the things Darren Balser was talking about was going over a little scouting report on Montero. And believe me, these pitchers are prepared. They know what the strengths and weaknesses are of these hitters. Just to refresh their memory a little bit. You got some first pitch breaking ball.
And he chases. Strike 1.
These guys love the fastball. You come off the bench, you're looking for number 1. Number 1 to yank. And even though Luke misses with location, the slider down and in, he gets ahead 0-1. I think if Luke's going to throw him a fastball, it's going to be something that he's going to have to chase, maybe up and out of the zone.
Foul. Slider. Well, you mentioned the fastball, and that's the pitch that really sticks out in his last outing in Denver with the number of fastballs that he threw.
I think sometimes hitters will try to guess. You know, Luke Gregerson's known for a slider, right? That might be sitting slider. Next thing you know, he throws a fastball right by you.
Into Montero, 2 on, 2 outs in an 0-2 pitch.
Oh.
He hits him to load the bases.
You really hate to see that, especially after the swings he took on the breaking balls. And your head 1 and 2. Although now there's 2 outs, forced at any base. So let's take a look at how Luke Gregerson went after Miguel Montero via the Carlos Jr. pitch track. All breaking balls out of the chute off the bench. He's looking for number 1. He's quickly head 0-2. He wastes a fastball in and then gets him with the breaking ball on the back foot.
So now Tracy batting for the pitcher Schlereth. And strike 1.
Tell you, that slider that Luke Gregerson throws is money. That is a big league slider.
Chad Tracy 7 for 26 as a pinch hitter this year. He does have 2 pinch hit home runs. A foul. 2. Nice Saturday night crowd here at Chase Field. Over 39,000 paid. D-backs with the bases loaded. 2 outs here in the 7th in an 0-2 pitch to the pinch hitter Tracy. Right center and a grand slam. Third pinch hit home run of the season for Tracy. And it is 8-5 Arizona. On an 0-2 pitch.
Oh, you talk about a big time mistake. 0-2. It looked like that pitch was right down the middle. Hundley sent it away. Let's check it out in the hand. It looked like a fastball to me.
Tracy makes a curtain call in reaction of the crowd. One to Brandon Allen. Chad Tracy pinch hit grand slam here in the 7th. He made it an 8-5 game.
Man, you had 2 strikes on Montero. He gets hit. You had 2 strikes on Tracy and you missed the location, and it looked like a fastball. I don't know how many guys you get a guy 0-2 and you catch your setup away. If you're going to miss, it's going to be way away. I've seen too many guys miss with a fastball down the middle of the plate.
Full count on Brandon Allen. He strikes out on the slider to end the inning, but Arizona gets 4 on 1 swing. Chad Tracy's pinch hit grand slam. Still some baseball to play here in Phoenix. We'll go to the 8th. this date, September 26th. In 2007, Brian Giles hit a 2-out 3-run homer in the ninth to help the Padres come back and beat the Giants 6-4. Visit farmers.com today to hear real true stories from Farmers customers. Farmers Insurance, ready feels good. Rivera leading off. He takes a strike from new hurler Glenn Boyer.
Wow, what a turn of events, huh? Talk about sucking the wind right out of the sails of the Padres. Boyer fastball, slider, change, and a curve. In the 90s with his fastball, a little bit of sink.
Reynolds was playing in, and on the grass was out Cabrera. One gone in the eighth. Look, Brian Giles home run a couple of seasons ago. September 25th of 2007.
Nobody expected that one, especially in that ballpark. I mean, that went to a deep park down that right field line. It's kind of, it's close, but it angles out. That was a great at bat by Brian. That woke everybody up.
Luis Durango is going to pinch hit. Heading for Gregerson. Padres needing base runners. Down by 3 now here in the 8th. On the left field side foul. Eight runs, 11 hits now for the D-backs. 5 runs, 9 hits for the Padres. Inside to Durango, 2-2. A full count. Yeah, there's a walk to Durango.
Hey, last half inning, before the home run thrown, watch Reynolds at second base. Is this a blatant 2 hands to the helmet giving away location or a sign? Watch Reynolds. Is that, I mean, in this game of baseball, you try to do everything you can to try to get an edge, but I don't see too many guys adjusting their helmet with 2 hands like that, blatantly going straight to the noggin. That did not look like, my point is, that did not look like a casual look of a guy just adjusting his helmet. That was me looking at that and saying, hey, Chad, I've got something. I'm trying to relay something to you. Just a thought.
Interesting. Stottlemyre coming out to the mound.
Maybe location. It might have been the pitch.
Great umpire Jim Reynolds started to walk out.
There's the free shot of it to Reynolds. And he started, he did that before Gregerson went into his kick.
A 1-0. Tony has tripled in a run. Walked and scored 1 for 3. One on, one out in the San Diego 8th. Strike 3, 2 outs. And Boyer pitching for his third different major league team this season. He's pitched for the Braves, Cardinals, and Diamondbacks this year. Runner at first with 2 away for David Eckstein. Nick has an RBI single and is 1 for 4. And he goes around. Well, I would have to say if he's tipping the pitch, not location, because he missed the location. Gregerson. Obviously, he didn't want to throw it down the middle.
I just found it interesting. I mean, it just looked so.
Runner takes off, throw down to second. Durango, 1-hop throw, and Roberts tags him out. Well, he caught stealing. Padres taking a chance with 2 outs. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Scrumptious items, all for only $10. Into the bottom of the 8th inning and making.
Oh, there she is. We saw her in the elevator the other day. She's
last night.
Yeah, what's her name again? Sally? Rally Sally? I mean, she comes prepared to these ball games. She's got a big bag of different flags that she can put on the. She's kind of getting tied up right there by that one. She comes prepared. That's all of her equipment there. Very nice lady. Big fan.
Nice lady. She really works hard. Ernesto Frieri makes his major league debut here.
A starter at AA San Antone. Fewer hits than innings pitched for the right-hander.
Frieri is 24 years old. He is from Colombia, South America. 6'2", 200 pounds.
See, he's got a live arm, mid-90s, straight fastball.
Moore came in as a pinch hitter in the 6th, struck out and stayed in the game in left field. 8-5 Arizona, bottom of the 8th.
You know, Frieri, I mentioned that most of these starts in the minor leagues, he had 26 starts for San Antonio in 27 games. He's lucky he can go out of the stretch here in relief. Nice.
And he gets a strikeout of Parra.
First batter faced. First major league strikeout. And a good low fastball. 90 plus. Nicely done, young man.
Top of the D-backs order, center fielder Chris Young.
Looks like a curveball there from Frieri.
It's a strike over.
So fastball, mid-90s, and a curveball so far.
Back to it, it's low.
What do you think about that Reynolds thing at second base? It's just a talking point, you know.
It is, and that's lined to third and caught by Chase Headley. 2 outs. It's difficult to prove, is it not, as we take a look at this play? Chase having to do a little bit of a jump for it. The only thing that makes it suspicious is, as you mentioned, rarely does a guy bring 2 hands up to his.
And that deliberately. I guess, you know, it's one thing casually adjusting your helmet, but it almost looked like, hey, okay, I'm going to raise my hands and put them on my helmet. And leave them there for a good, 2 seconds. Hey, I've heard of crazier things in baseball. Guys giving signs and location and all that stuff.
All right, let's throw it from the Diamondbacks' perspective. Is that a good thing to do?
Hey, you're trying everything you can, right, to win ball games, right? Okay, look. Hey.
Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't.
Maybe it was, yeah.
It's an 0-2 to Drew. Fastball at 96, runs outside.
I'm sure hitters talk to other guys on the team and say, hey, if you've got a way to maybe relay me a signal, help me out.
Frieri in his major league debut sets down the side in order, striking out 2, and he gets Drew looking.
That's a strike.
returned to the Padre dugout, retiring the side in order on 12 pitches, striking out 2. So congratulations.
It's a good major league debut, huh?
Well deserved. 3-run lead in a safe situation for the D-backs Juan Gutierrez.
And Gutierrez comes in throwing a fastball, slider, curve, and a change. Their closer. Fastball 93 to 97 for the right-hander.
In the ninth for the Padres, heart of the order, Eckstein, Adrian Gonzalez, and Chase Headley. Eck was batting when Durango was called out attempting to steal in the 8th.
Good for him. Good live fastball, good breaking ball.
Eck 1 for 4 with an RBI single and a run scored. Padres scored all 5 of their runs in the 5th inning off starter Dan Herron. Breaking ball from Gutierrez, a strike. Padres had a 5-4 lead into the bottom of the 7th, and with the bases loaded, 2 outs, an 0-2 pitch, and Chad Tracy a pitch hit grand slam. Left side, Reynolds gathers and throws, and he's one out in the Padre ninth. Couple of walks for Adrian. Up to 110 walks now on the season. He's also doubled in a run and scored. Strike 1 from Juan Gutierrez. And the infield shift on. 3 defenders on the right side. Gutierrez ahead 0-2.
Juan Gutierrez 6 for 7 in the save category. 6 out of 7.
The 1-2. Fair behind the bag. Brandon Allen steps on. 2 outs. Padres down to their final out.
You know, we talked about the injury of Brandon Webb being out the year. Well, another pitcher out of the bullpen, Chad Qualls. So somebody had to step up. That's been a big blow for these Diamondbacks this year, losing him back in August.
Headley gets hit.
Wow, you talk about yanking one. It hits his back foot. And you know, that's a good way to get hurt, also coming on the way down, you know. A wrist or a shoulder or an elbow. But
they got Kuz out. Certainly don't want to lose Chase. With that leave you at third base. Now Chase fortunately looks to be okay. Kuz, by the way, improving enough that there seems to be a chance now that he's going to be able to play in that last homestand. We'll keep our fingers crossed for that. A 2-out base runner, and here's Will Venable. Padres still need another base runner to have a chance. Low for 3. He laid down a sac bunt his last plate appearance. Miller takes off and the pitch fouled back. 0-2. Padres down to their last strike. And that one hit Venable, and that's going to bring the tying run to the plate. So a 2-strike hit by pitch of Venable.
Oh, right on the toe. Right on the front toe.
Back-to-back 2-out hit by pitches, and here is Salazar representing the tying run at the plate. Breaking ball, strike 1. Oscar singled in a run. He's 1 for 4.
Oscar needs a good fastball in the zone. Put a good swing on it. Outfield playing deep. Gutierrez with a good slider. I'm guessing he's going to keep sliders away. A fastball for a ball at 95.
Pulled a string on him, and it's once again the Padres down to their final strike. Fastball up and away. Two on, 2 outs in the San Diego ninth. Tying run at the plate. Gutierrez works again to Salazar. Fastball high and a full count.
Man, this guy, you know, you talk about guys who you can face comfortable at bats. This guy, you're kind of back on your heels a little bit, huh? You don't know where you're going to get hit in the shin, or
can't get too comfortable, can you?
Get one at the dome.
Runners will be off with the pitch. A 3-2. Out of play right side. The Padre loss would set up a rubber game of the series tomorrow. We're on the air at 1 o'clock. Edward Mujica against Billy Buckner. Salazar trying to keep this ninth alive. Another 3-2 from Gutierrez. On the ground is short. Drew has to go to first, and in time, D-backs win at 8-5. Reynolds had a homer tonight, his 44th, but the big blow is the pinch hit grand slam from Chad Tracy with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Drew had to make a long throw from behind the bag at second to end.